what would be I mean what would be Jeannie's what would be the gist of a letter that you would write today to your 19-year-old self?
Well, I did that with Dear New Screenwriter, which is one of my favorite Balls of
Amazing.
Steel posts. Um, and I haven't read it in a while, so I don't remember exactly what it says, but I do remember that the last thing it says is open a Twitter account, trust me. Um,
Okay.
but basically, I mean, I think all the advice that's in it, and I don't know if you have it, Gary, because we were talking about it yesterday. You, you can remind me what I said, but um, I it's based a lot of it. The theme of it all is really believing in yourself, making sure your product is really good before you go out with it. Like don't you know go out prematurely with stuff because of the importance of making a first impression. Um, that you're going to fail and it's okay. And that's a really big, just regular life lesson that it's okay to fail. What else did I say?
Let me go through it and prompt
Yeah.
you because this one blog post, it's called Dear New Screenwriter, and for those of you who have any curiosity, please go read this. This is a gem. So I'll go through it and you can comment on each of these. Every one of these lines is worth a book. Rejection, lots of it.
I'll get on it.
um, Rewriting, hate it now, but learn to love it.
Yeah. I did not like rewriting, and you know why I didn't like it? Because all the stuff I was working on was stuff that I wasn't passionate about. And so to go back, so that if you don't like rewriting, the first clue should be that first little red flag that goes off in your head should be maybe I don't really love this project. And and it's okay to just put it over there if you don't love it. And that's probably something else I said later on, like it's
Then,
okay to not.
well, the next one is that it's
Yeah.
don't love your story. Be willing to walk away and appreciate that you learned from writing it.
And I would say that also goes for people too. Like be willing to walk away from people who piss on your flame and who don't believe in you. It's the same thing like with your stories. But also recognize that every single person that comes into your life and every single project that comes into your life, you should be grateful for and learn from and just and even thank that person. I really learned a lot from you, but I need to go over here. And with your script, it's like I learned a lot by writing you, and I'm a better writer because I had this experience writing it. But this is not. But look at it realistically. Like it's this. Your baby might be ugly. Like it's that it's not marketable, or it's not something that anybody's going to really want, and it's not written well enough. But you don't love it enough to keep rewriting it, so it's okay to just shove it in a drawer and say, but I really paid more attention to characters this time, and maybe even read it and say, what did I learn from doing this? Because sometimes when you really recognize it and think, what did I learn from doing this, it's easier for you to walk away from something because you've acknowledged and validated the lesson that you needed to get from that, and then walk away.
Move on to an idea that thrills every fiber of your being.
Oh yeah. Because then it just makes it fun to sit down and write if you're like totally jazzed.
Yeah, that's a good day.
Yeah.
Need lots of scripts to get an agent or manager.
Oh, yeah. You do need to write, and maybe not have a lot of scripts that are completely polished, but by writing a lot of scripts, you're going to learn enough to write that one great script that's going to attract their attention. And I know what the next one is.
Yeah, don't need a rep. Need self-belief and learn to pimp yourself.
Yeah, and then having said that, you don't need one. Like like it's. I mean, at some point, I don't have an agent. I don't have a manager, and but I get my work in front of a lot of great people because you try to be real and you try to put yourself out there, and it takes a lot of work. And believe me, there are some days I wake up and I say, I think I'm sort of over this screenwriting thing. There's some days you wake up and you're just tired. I would love to be able to call my agent or manager and say, hey, so how's it going? Like you sold that thing yet? But instead I'm the one knocking on the doors, doing all that work. But when you're the one doing it, the benefit of that too is you're the one then making the connections. Your agent manager is not making those connections, that you never have their email address. I have the email addresses of all of my connections. And so that's like the other benefit of being your own pimp, so to speak.